Okay, folks, buckle up because today we're going deep on anti-aging.
Anti-aging?
But not like, your typical
Yeah.
face creams and
Right.
moisturizers and stuff.
Exactly.
We're talking about a guy named Bryan Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
And he is aiming to have
Okay.
the body of an 18-year-old.
Wow. That's ambitious.
It is ambitious.
Yeah.
And we actually have a little news snippet about this guy.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So we're going to be diving into that.
Okay.
And really trying to figure out,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
So what can we learn about this in just a few minutes?
What can we learn about this and
Yeah.
why is this so fascinating?
I mean, it's a really interesting topic, right? Because it's not just about living longer.
Right.
It's about living younger, which is
Yeah.
a whole different
Yeah, it's like
ball game.
the fountain of youth.
Exactly. And I think this Bryan Johnson guy is really sort of,
Yeah.
he's like
Pioneer.
he's a pioneer. He's at the forefront of this whole movement.
Yeah. And this snippet, it says
Yeah.
that his goal is to functionally
Okay.
reverse his age.
So not just looking younger,
Yeah.
but actually
But actually
being younger biologically.
biologically?
Yeah.
Like on a cellular level.
And this is really interesting because it ties into this whole growing field of longevity research,
Okay.
right? And so there are all these different approaches that people are taking.
Oh.
Some people are focusing on diet.
Okay.
Some people are focusing on exercise.
Yeah.
Some people are looking at
Supplements.
medications.
Yeah.
There's even some people that are looking at genetic modifications.
Wow.
So it's a really broad field.
And this guy's using all of it, or at least
It seems like it. I mean, he's certainly not afraid to spend money.
yeah, that's the thing that
Yeah.
gets me is that he's spending $2 million
It's a lot of money. $2 million a year.
a year on that.
That's more than most people make in a lifetime.
Yeah. What could you even buy with that
I mean, that's a great question.
for
Yeah.
anti-aging?
I mean, are we talking like
Are we talking time travel?
time travel? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think we're quite there yet,
Oh,
but I mean, that kind of money could buy you access to
Yeah.
some pretty incredible things.
Yeah. What kind of stuff are we talking to?
So, I mean, one thing that's really hot in the longevity world right now is something called senolytics. Senolytics, yeah. And these are basically drugs that can target and remove senescent cells.
Okay. And what are senescent cells?
So senescent cells are also known as zombie cells.
Zombie cells.
Zombie cell.
Is this a sci-fi movie?
It sounds like it, but it's actually real science.
Okay.
So these are basically cells that have stopped dividing,
Okay.
but they don't die.
Oh, wow.
So they just kind of hang out in your body,
Okay.
and they secrete all these inflammatory molecules,
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
which can damage the cells around them
Okay.
and contribute to aging and age-related diseases.
So these senolytics
Yeah,
get rid of the
they get rid of the zombie cells.
zombie cells.
Yeah,
Okay, that sounds pretty
it's pretty cutting edge.
cutting edge.
Yeah, and there are a number of different companies that are developing these drugs,
Okay.
and they're still in clinical trials, but the early results are pretty promising.
So that's probably one thing he's spending his money on.
I would imagine so, yeah.
Okay. What else?
Well, there's also gene editing.
Gene editing.
Yeah, things like CRISPR.
CRISPR. Okay, I've heard of that.
Yeah, so this is a technology that allows you to basically rewrite your DNA.
Rewrite your DNA.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing.
That sounds crazy.
It is crazy, and it's still very early days.
Okay.
But there's a lot of potential here to actually repair
Okay.
the damage to our DNA that accumulates as we age.
Okay.
So it's like,
Turning back the clock on your
turning back the clock on your genes.
genes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's getting into some serious territory.
It is. It's serious territory. It's
Yeah.
very powerful technology, and it raises a lot of ethical questions.
And about
Some
who gets access to it.
exactly who gets access to it.
Yeah.
What are the long-term consequences
Yeah.
of manipulating our genes?
If we mess something up.
Exactly.
So
So it's
difficult.
exciting,
Yeah.
but it's also something we need to be very careful about.
Okay, so that's gene editing and senolytics.
Yeah.
What else could this guy be doing?
Well, I mean, there's also all the more established treatments,
Okay.
like, personalized diet and exercise plans,
Right.
hormone therapies.
Okay.
There's even some people that are looking at stem cell treatments.
Stem cells.
Yeah.
Okay, can you explain what stem cells are?
Sure. So stem cells are basically...
Like for those of us who didn't pay attention in biology class.
Exactly. Yeah. Stem cells are basically the blank slates of your body.
Okay.
So they can develop into any type of cell.
Okay.
So they have the potential to repair and regenerate tissues that have been damaged by age or disease.
So they're like the repairment of your body.
Repairment of your body, yeah.
Yeah, they can go in and fix things.
Okay, interesting.
So there's a lot of excitement about stem cell therapy for anti-aging.
Yeah.
But it's still very experimental.
Okay.
And there are some risks involved.
Okay.
So it's not something that I would recommend.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got senolytics.
Yeah.
We've got the gene editing.
Right.
We've got the stem cells. We've got personalized diet, exercise plans.
Hormone therapies.
It's like he's got the whole buffet.
He's got it all.
Of anti-aging treatments.
Yeah. He's really going all in.
Yeah, this guy's serious.
He's serious.
Yeah. And the thing that's really interesting is that he's not just like doing this quietly.
Right.
You know, he's actually
documenting
his journey.
Yeah.
With a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a podcast. He's got a comic talk show.
He's got a comic talk show.
Yeah.
What? Why?
That's interesting.
Why is he doing this?
I mean, I think there are a few possible reasons.
Okay.
One possibility is that he just wants to share his experience with the world.
Okay.
You know, he's like,
look what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm doing this crazy thing.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you all about it.
Yeah, maybe he wants to inspire other people.
Yeah, maybe he wants to inspire other people to take their health and longevity more seriously.
Yeah.
Another possibility is that he's trying to demystify this whole field.
Okay.
You know, anti-aging, longevity, it can be very complex.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of misinformation out there.
Yeah.
So maybe he's trying to
make it more,
educate people, make it more accessible.
Yeah.
And then another possibility is that he's looking for investors.
Oh.
You know, he's putting a lot of his own money into this.
Yeah.
But he may be looking for other people to
jump on board
and help him fund this research.
Yeah, because this is not cheap.
This is not a cheap endeavor.
No.
So it's probably a combination of all of those things.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
It's probably a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
But it definitely makes you wonder.
Yeah.
Like, if you could reverse your aging.
Right.
Would you do it?
Would you do it?
And if so.
Yeah.
What age would you choose?
What age would you choose? That's a great question.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
just about living longer. It's about what age you want to be for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Would you want to be 18 forever?
I don't know. I mean, 18 was fun.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure I want to go back to high school.
No.
You know?
Yeah,
I think there's something to be said for
maturity,
wisdom, experience. You know,
I think it really makes you think about.
It makes you think about
the value of each stage of life.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, and maybe it's not about trying to stay young forever.
Right.
Maybe it's about
optimizing
each stage. Of life.
Yeah.
So that you can live the best life. Possible at every age.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great point to leave our listeners with.
I think so too.
It's not just about living longer.
Right.
It's about living better. And maybe Bryan Johnson is showing us that there's a future where we have more control over how we age. Yeah, I think that's the really powerful
message.
Yeah. So that's our deep dive on Bryan Johnson. And the future of anti-aging.
Yeah.
Thanks
for listening.
We'll
see you next time.